Welcome back to class. How are you today? Good to have you here again. Today, we'll be considering reading. Not just reading, how to read appropriately. How to comprehend the passage you've read. I know. Don't worry. I know that you've been bored so many times about how that you do not understand comprehension passages. I know how a text can be so cumbersome and then you cannot point out to the subject matter. Relax. I brought something your way today and you're going to learn. And after this class, reading will be very interesting to you. Shall we? Let's go. So, what are the strategies for reading passages? Number one step that you should take when you are reading a passage is to preview the passage. How do we preview the passage? Number one is read the titles, read the subtitles, read the chart, read the graphs, the pictures, the captions, the footnotes, the words in bold, the words underlined or italicized. When you're done with that, that will give you the idea of what the passage is all about. And afterwards, you read the questions. I'm not talking about the answer choices, I mean the questions itself. Because it replants a seed in your brain. And whenever you go back to the passage, you're sure to pick on the answers. So, the third one to do is to predict what it will be about. What type of passage is it? What do you know about it? Is there anything coming to mind? Just ask yourself, and you're one way ahead. All right? Let's go to the second step. Step 2. What do you do while reading? Number one thing you should understand is you must underline or highlight important points and take notes as you read. You can do that in your margin lines or get a new note for comprehension passages. So, highlight important points, underline them because it will keep ringing in your head, all right? Then the next thing to do is to visualize what you're reading. Visualize it. Think about it. I've taught you fiction and non-fiction, so be creative with your thinking. Think about the story. Have you heard that before? Have you read something like that before? Have you experienced something like that before? Ask yourself questions. Think about what you know and make connections as you read. And when you don't understand, please do well to read again. The next thing you're going to do is to put a star or asterisk in the margin if you recall there being a question on it. As you read, as you make progress in your reading, and you just discover that, oh, there is an answer to the question I read a fourth time. What do? Asterisk the part. Okay? That brings you closer to getting your answers right. Then the next thing to do is to review what you've underlined, review your notes before moving to the questions. Go over your notes. Go over the places you've highlighted. And then you can now move to the questions. Let's look at step 3. What do we do while answering the questions? Okay, we've read the passage, we've reviewed our passage, and all. What is next to do? Read the questions again carefully. You know, I told you to read it a 4th time. Please again, read it. Underline key points. Look for bolded, underlined, or italicized words, whether capitalized too. This is done to show that these words are important. So, look out for them, check them well. If you need to check your dictionary to know their meaning, please do that. So, read them well and mark them out. The next thing to do is to eliminate the 2 choices you think are wrong. Oh, this one's not packed, doesn't sound like it. It's so hard. Please rule it out. Rule those ones out. then you have a 50-50 chance to your answer. Now, go back to the text to prove your answers. You want to be sure which of these other two are correct. Go back to the questions. Go back to the passage. Read again. Look at the best match for the question. And you're halfway there. So read the question again. Does your answer match it? Do you have text evidence to support it? Can you point out to the part where it is said in the passage? You don't have to think, oh, let me just say yes, because I feel it should be yes. No, you don't do that. You check the passage, be sure that your answer is in the passage. Is that clear? Good. Let's go to the fourth step, which are reminders and suggestions. Take your time. Hello, you need to take your time. It is not a race, even though you are timed, but you don't have to rush your passage. You must understand what you're doing. You must understand your passage first before you even delve into questions, all right? So, take your time. Now, bubble answers when you are all done, so you can focus on the questions. Not bubbling, all right? However, if you prefer to bubble as you go, and then you get stuck on the question, what you want to come back to, be sure to skip a space on the answer document. Don't forget to come back to it, all right? I used to tell you, whenever you don't know a particular answer to a question, what do? Just tie it. Leave it. Don't stress yourself over it. Don't stress at all. Do the ones you know and then come back to the ones you do not know. Is that clear? But do not forget to go back to them. Good. Double check your booklet with your answer document, please. When you're done, go over your work again. Go over it twice, all right? That's how to do it. So keep a positive attitude and do your very best. Is that clear? I believe if you follow these principles, you're going to be more better in your comprehension passages than ever before. I'm glad you are in class today. Good of you. Now before you go, there is something I must tell you. Don't worry, we're going to read a passage and it's going to be interesting. You're going to answer the questions too, all right? All right, thank you for coming to class. I appreciate it. So nice to have you in class today. Have a good day.